Hello, hello, hello. My name is Victor Moonlit. Welcome back, welcome back. I was just streaming for a little bit. I was playing Rule 34 Duel is what I was playing. While I'm gonna be completely honest, while it was interesting, it was a fun little time. It was a short little stream, just including the starting screen. It was 30 minutes, or not including the starting screen. It was just 30 minutes. Pretty short overall. Let's make sure that my mic actually works this time. Okay, there we go. Okay. It was pretty short, but you know, I was figuring things out and I realized this is fun, but this does not do it for 3 hours kind of fun. So when I stream, unless I'm having a great tragedy that day, I want to be able to do it for a lot longer. So ta-da, I am back. I told myself I would do some art for some thumbnails. I haven't done it at all. So this is what we are doing today. I don't need this layer. Here we go. My sort of goal, what I have, just to sort of bring up the goal before I get started, my goal, I have some recordings that I did in a sound booth. So, wait, let me just make sure. There we go. I have some recordings that I have done in a sound booth, and my thought is to kind of have something I can add to that thumbnail. I have some art in progress for another video, but I did not record that video. I had intended to, and I had several chances to, and I just didn't do it. It's kind of just on the back burner. I have like a raining one because I wanted to do like water sound ASMR. But in any case, I'm just gonna get started. It's gonna be hopefully my vibes are all good. Hopefully it's chill. Hopefully it's nice. I'm still a little like yeah, I thought it would be fun. I thought it'd be a lot more fun than it ended up being, but that's the cool thing about being the streamer. If you don't vibe with it, you can kind of just finish your thing when you get the chance, and then you can just go do something else. I could have gone directly from that one to art, but it's like I didn't really I wanted it to be separate. It gives me a little bit of an extra break when I do that, instead of like, you know, like here, it gives me a clean slate, which I really like having that sort of clean slate to be able to do new things with. I really appreciate that. And of course, as well, is this actually, wait a second, wait, hold on. Hello, sorry about that. I'm gonna be honest, I'm very paranoid because of last time I did have some audio issues, and I'm like, it's my nightmare. It is my constant nightmare. Let me just make sure that this... Okay, we're all good. There we go. I'm just horribly worried about that. One thing I'm like, oh my god, last week, on Thursday, my regular art stream time, I had a chatter that was kind enough to donate, and I'm with that I'm gonna buy a second monitor from the thrift store, and then I will be able to see things a lot better, because that is kind of my biggest nightmare at the moment, is like, no, like, did I mess this up? Is there anything I can do to fix this? Like, oh no, there was an issue the whole time and I didn't even see it because I was looking at my art, I was looking at my game. I'm not able to see my OBS screen. So that, honestly, it'll be such a bonus. I'm very happy about that. I'm looking, I will be looking into it tomorrow, depending on if I can find one, and if not, it'll be sometime in the next few weeks. I'll be in the area of, that's very zoomed. Tomodachi live Zoom quiz ass shit. I'll be in the area of a couple thrift stores in any case, so I can just kind of, I have an early morning doctor's appointment, and then I will just go hunting for it. And hopefully by Thursday, by the next stream after this, things will be good. Things will be good. I will have my setup. I won't have to worry that every time I take a sip of tea that I have completely destroyed everything. That is my biggest worry. But things will be fine. Things will be fine. And plus, like, I'm fairly new to all this, so I'm fairly new to all this, so I'm still learning as I'm going, but that's okay. That's really what it's all about, is just, you gotta learn and improve. And I guess for this, it's kind of just gonna go for as long as I have the energy to go. I do want to try to push myself, but I also did one earlier, so if it's not in the cards to try to push myself to do a little bit longer, that's okay. That's just kind of how it goes. That's kind of how it goes. I'm just sort of, people call it stream stamina, and that's what I've been trying to build up. This is just kind of the sketch layer. Yay, sketch layer. It's just the sort of guidelines. I gotta get my little, I'm thinking, what kind of expression do I want to do? I'm gonna do the rest of it while I worry about that. The ears are kind of placeholders, you know. They're always, I feel like the ears are too far out into the head, but that's actually how my model looks under the hair. There are a lot of adjustments I need to make that I have admittedly not done. Worst case scenario, I might, if it would be interesting, I might consider doing a model stream, if only so I'm able to kind of fix up everything. You know, it'll give me the sort of time, but it depends on how much time I've left on my free trial. It really depends, and if I can find another way to extend that. Probably not what I should be saying here, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Hopefully this is not a little, I mean, it's always a little bit scuffed no matter what I do, but it's okay. That's okay. I'm learning, and at the end of the day, yeah, that's what I think that's what matters. At the end of the day, that is what matters to me, and I'm learning, I'm improving, I'm growing, and that's, like, I say that a lot, but I really do think that that's sort of like the pinnacle of what we're supposed to be doing as people, is just, you gotta have a constant drive to improve yourself. And, like, it's okay to not always be improving, but and I think if you're taking it in the sort of like grind set, I gotta grind all the time mentality, I don't think that's good for you. But I do think at the end of the day, you should at least be aspiring and taking little small steps. Hi, Renko, welcome back. I'm doing fairly good right now. Not as good as usual, but I'm chilling. Welcome back. It's always nice to see you here. I'm just I just did a stream for Rule 34 Dole, but it was like 30 minutes, so it was fairly short. Just a sort of like quick thing I realized there's a lot of things I've sort of tried to stream, and then I realized, like, wait, I kind of don't have the I guess we can say streamer XP is what I've been thinking of. The sort of like XP, my level is not enough, so I need to go back in the dungeons with all the smaller bosses, things I'm better at streaming, before I can sort of go back and try try again. So, you know, could be better, but I'm here now, and I figured, you know what, this did not last as long as I wanted it to, so why not do something all comfy cozy and have a nice little chat, have some drawing, and plus streaming art means that I do the art, and that's really important. Because otherwise would I actually be doing it otherwise? I try my best, but not as much gets done as I try to. I feel like things have been going well with making a bunch of clips, but at the same time, oh my god, it takes so much fucking time. And like, I'm not complaining, like it's fine, it's chill. It's just that I need to be able to manage my time better. But also, it hasn't been that long, you know. I'm still figuring these things out. I'm still figuring out how to do all this. Literally, it's been a month. It's been a month, and I have no prior experience. So, I would say that I'm doing fairly good for how long I've been doing this, which I've been really, really, really happy about. Actually been, I've been a lot happier these days. Yeah, it's been a month. Yeah, on Thursday, on the 25th. Time flies, doesn't it? I'm gonna have to find out another way to sort of soothe myself if I feel bad about how stream's been going. Because like before, my sort of go-to thought, I mean, this is less applicable because like I've been doing a lot better at like conversing and all that. Like surprisingly better. Like it took me longer than I thought it would, but at the same time I've been improving very, very fast, which I've been very happy about. But yeah, it's been a month as of last Thursday. Because, you know, March 25th birthday, so I could have started streaming earlier. I could have started streaming like a couple weeks earlier if I really wanted to, but my ass did not finish my model. That's like a big issue. That's a really big deal. And B, it's like, you know, I'm close enough to this date anyway that I might as well just do this, and then every anniversary, I mean, like, honestly, like, I desperately want to make it that far. That, like, this is like, if I can do well, this is like one of my dreams. And so I wanna try as much as I can. I still have a good while where I've got the time to sort of just try my best, see how it goes. But you know, it makes anniversaries fun because now it's anniversary and birthday. That's special. Yeah, because it was like close enough to the date anyway that it's like I might as well. Actually, I might as well. I've been kind of like surprised on. There's been a lot of things I've been like really surprised about. Like, before I started streaming, like I know I was like you were there. I was super anxious at the beginning. It was not good. It was not good. But since I started and things actually started going kind of good, my mental health actually has improved, which is crazy. Like a lot more than it has. My ability to do things has improved. It's like before I started streaming because things went really bad. And so the amount of good this has done for me is actually kind of insane. It's like I'm still not to where I was before everything that all the like little prerequisites, god, I can't speak today. All the little prerequisites happened before that. It's not quite the same as before then, but it's been so much better than it's been in months. So I'm happy. I actually look up. I look forward to getting out of bed more often than not, which is not something I had had for a while. And it's hard, it's difficult, but it's a journey, you know. Shit gets bad, you gotta drag yourself back up, there. Okay, this is not... I feel like, oh my god, my enemy making things even. Oh god. Let's sort of the square tool. Let's use the square tool. Here we go. And then I can kind of just move this a little bit down. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that works. Yeah, it's even. Kinda, yeah. Good enough. Yeah, it's good enough. Yeah, basically, I haven't done art in a while other than, like, the emote streams, so, I was thinking about, like, oh god, like, I kinda, like, I had a couple other regulars who were in for a while and then had to head out, and it's like, okay, like, my regulars, like, the regulars that were there had gone. I'm gonna take this chance to kind of, like, you know, like, I completed my goal for how many points I wanted to get, which was I want a streak of 10, and I ended up getting that fairly quickly, which I'm happy with. And it's like, okay, what am I gonna do now? And the answer ended up being, oh, I can just use this time to catch up. You know, and it's not on the schedule, technically. I already did what was on the schedule. So, I don't need to worry about, like, oh no, this isn't, like, oh, this is on the schedule, like, I'm actually supposed to do this. Nah, I already did that. I did that fairly quickly, but technically I already did that. So, I don't have any expectations for myself. I just have to show up and draw. So, it's a little bit of peace, cozy. Not that drawing emotes isn't cozy, it's just also like, it's on the schedule, I need to, like, do my best, whereas now it's like, it's a little scuffed. You know, I've made peace with that. I'm okay with that. That is, let's go. Here we go. I wonder if it's, like, cheating to use these tools, but, like, it's also there for a reason. It doesn't feel like I'm cheating at all. It feels fine. I'm also... One thing I should probably keep note of is how each day does, to try to, like... I've started thinking about how to best tailor my streams for different times, and there's I was thinking about it this morning, and I've determined that there is technically there's a window of, like, 7 hours in which I could do start times, but nothing after that would be risky because it would have to be very, very short. Otherwise it would be too late, and the walls are really thin. And anything earlier, I risk having Ricky Martin's Living the Viva Loca blasted and getting a copyright strike. So, you know, work smarter, I guess the kettle would approve. I'm so sorry. I heard the kettle go off while you were gone on stream. Wait a minute, wait, shit. Wait, I just realized the kettle went off. Hold on. I'm gonna, I just realized I should probably actually, thank you for the reminder. Hold on. I took the kettle off of it because it went off when you were gone. There's no water in that thing too, so it's gonna, like, run dry. Okay, this is actually so funny to me, but also thank you for the reminder. Oh my god. I know you were just making a joke, but, like, oh my god. my god. Okay. Well. Um. I feel like it summoned you because it happened like right near the end. What can I say? I know the kettle too much. I feel like y'all are besties at this point. You're just so close. You're just so close. I feel like you can. I feel like a funny idea would be, this would be expensive, but it would be funny. Drag your ass into Walmart and just like buy up a bunch of kettles, like so much that the cashier's looking at you like, man, what's going on? Why are we doing this? Is that a good idea? No. Is it an idea? Yes. I don't think you should do it, but I think it would be funny to go to a store and buy up all their kettles. Actually, I'm just gonna say right now, I am not a role model. It's another thing I was thinking about. If I think something is a good idea, it means it's not. It means it's not. It means you should absolutely not do that thing. If you think, oh yeah, but you did that, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not known to make good life decisions, unless it's like saving money, although that's kind of like, although normally that's like my one piece of life advice I can give to people is how to save money. Keto domain expansion. Absolutely, you get it. Maybe you gotta like rent out a store. You gotta find, I'm thinking, very low in, like, areas of low interest. I'm thinking areas where the kind of stores you have are like restaurants with no marketing budget, warehouse clearance stores, iPhone repair shops, those kinds of stores. You gotta find somewhere like that because they're probably going to have cheaper rent. Can't go in a rich area. You have to go in a less wealthy area so that there's actually enough places. And then you gotta take all your kettles that you bought from Walmart. And now, here's the trick. You take those kettles that you bought from Walmart and you take them out of the box so it doesn't have the branding on it that shows it was from Walmart. And once they're out of the box, what you do is you put a little price sticker on it with like the price sticker machines. They're like, I don't know how much they cost, but they're not fun to use. I've had to use them to mark down items before. They're not fun to use, but it is a necessary evil and the stickers are going to be cheap. You do all of that, and then once you've got all of that done, you sell the kettles at a profit. And you like put on some false advertising that they're like some super like better kettle, and like technically to an extent you can get sued for false advertising, but who's gonna catch you? And the issue would probably also be the logo on it. I'm not sure what would take off the logo, but worst case scenario, you might be able to just sand it off. Probably wouldn't be good, but you can sand it off and then you can like melt some more plastic onto it. Don't do that. You can find some sort of way to remove the label and like scrape it off or something, and then you can put on your own labels. They wouldn't approve if you did this, but technically you could go to the library and you could, some libraries have services where you can print out things like that, not just on paper, but also like vinyl and other materials. That would be if you happen to be in like a big city and your libraries are funded well. Otherwise, it's gonna be harder. You go to like a Staples or something if you have them. However, this is not a good idea. However, that is my plan. Is it a good plan? I don't know, but it is a plan. I just came up with it on the spot. So, little disclaimer, I am, if you get sued, I consider myself no longer legally responsible because I told you not to do it. Legal reasons, sort of, I put in text on my OBS window, I am joking. This is a joke. Do not do this. Sorry. Oh my god, I feel like that's sort of the benefit of an unplanned stream. I'm really, let me see the emoji. Let me see. Oh god, can I not see it? God. I have it open on PC now, but it's gonna take me away from... oh my god. Oh, that's creepy. It's really creepy. Okay. So... I am gonna get, I don't know if you were here to hear it or if I said it right before you came, but I am going to look to buy a new monitor with the very, very kind dono money from the raid on Thursday that someone was so nice and so nice to send. I'm like, oh my god. But I'm gonna get a second monitor and I will be able to actually see the emotes because I can click on them and it will show me what it is. Yeah, that's cursed as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you. That emote is absolutely cursed as fuck. It's kind of cute though in a way. It's like Gap Moe. Yeah, I think it's like Gap Moe. This is... Yeah, it is. There's another way to say it. Yeah, this is not the point here, but technically, God, I've seen so much like streaming advice that's kind of like, oh yeah, like this is like do this and it'll go, it'll make things better, things like that, whatever. I've seen a lot of things like that. What I will say, a lot of advice you'll see out there on the internet, and I know it's kind of silly to like watch videos like that and take it as gospel, but also sometimes you need inspiration, and so you do. And like, the chore I struggle the most with is washing my dishes. It's a giant loop of I eat food. The dishes pile up, like I run out of energy when I'm cooking, or like I forget, or I run out of time, or like I need to leave the house after I eat. I'm not able to wash the dishes after I eat, then it piles up in the sink, and then I need to cook, but then I need to get through a ton of dishes to cook. It is my nightmare. So anytime I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put on a video in the background to listen to as I'm doing chores, I just... colloquially, to me, that is my while I wash the dishes thing. And so all the time if I am washing the dishes, I just put on a fun little video, and sometimes it's about that. Anyway, a lot of advice is like, oh, it doesn't matter what you say, just keep talking. And free tape you, that's very encouraging because it's like, oh, I'm really good at that. I think my personality would be very good for this because I don't shut the fuck up. That's like the number one reason on why I was like, oh, I feel like I have potential. I feel like I could be good at this because I don't shut the fuck up. It's a lot harder than you would think, but also a lot of that is just like anxiety. So I don't know how much of it is actually, but it's a sort of thing where it's like, oh yeah, you can kind of just say whatever pops up into your head if it's interesting, and then you can say whatever pops up into your head, and then later you can focus on like, okay, I've gotten good at talking, now I can figure out like, how do I make this more interesting? And I'm at the like, sometimes you just gotta talk about whatever the fuck pops up in your head. It's actually what makes art stream so fun to me, is because I feel like I'm too awkward. I have my socially awkward swag. I have too much socially awkward swag for proper Satsudans. So art streams are fun because I'm doing something. I'm doing something with my hands, and then I just treat it like a chatting stream where I can just say whatever I want, which is really nice, very fun. I've been looking forward a lot to my weekly art streams because of that. Because I find it really fun. It's interesting. I got things done. I hope it's interesting for everyone involved. That's kind of my prayer, my hope. And also, like, I got things done. But the point I was going to make, there's a lot of slang where I'm gonna be honest, I learned a lot of words and like pop culture and like things that happened in the world from Steins Gate as a kid, specifically the glossary. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't know that Y2K ever happened until I was playing Steins Gate in, I don't know, middle school. I was reading the visual novel in middle school, and there was like this glossary entry about Y2K, and it's like, oh yeah, that's so interesting. Like, that's really, really cool. We're actually going to have, fun little fact I like to say, we are going to have another Y2K. It's not going to be as big of a deal with, you know, modern technology and the fact that we still have 6 years until we're there, but there is the year 2032 problem if you go to look it up. I forgot what Y2K was about, what the issue was, but specifically in Unix time on 32-bit computers, the dates will basically Y2K. I mean, I didn't know what it was for most of my life, so I have no idea how much of, like, I feel like it's common knowledge, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. Y2K was like basically all the computers were the date that they had was about to reset to the beginning to like at the year 2000 it would run out, and then everything would be set to 1900, and it would mess up a bunch of things that ran on computers. Such the big worry is that it's going to mess up with a ton of systems in things like banks, in things like hospitals, a lot of very digitized places, like a lot of places that runs on very digitized systems. And Y2K was not a big deal because there were a lot of people who worked very hard before that to make sure that it would not become a big deal. But Y2K was absolutely, people were panicking about it, like it's going to be the end of the world. I don't think there's going to be this mass panic because it's not a big deal. We have 6 years. Most places don't use 32-bit for hospitals and all that. It is still an issue because a lot of those places do rely on more older, outdated computers. But for the vast majority of things, first of all, 6 more years for them to figure it out. Secondly, it's just like, if not many people are using 32-bit computers now, think about how many less are going to be using it in the 6 years. But yes, there will be a year 2032 problem. I just love computers. It's one of my biggest interests. There is quite a lot of topics where it's like, you cannot get me started on that because I will not shut up about them. And computers, God, I love computers. I love computers. I actually, when I was buying my computer, bought it a couple of years ago for my birthday. I'd been saving up for like a year for it. And I actually kind of picked out some of the parts because I wanted to VTube with them. And it's like, you know, I continued to not do it for a couple more years, but I had been wanting to, so I picked it out based on that. And so I have a really, really good laptop for the price. it runs like everything. Like, it's really, really good. The one thing where it's kind of like the bottleneck is the RAM, I would say, if I had to say anything. But at the same time, the RAM, not only, like, if I fixed it nowadays, that would be expensive because we're in, like, a RAM shortage. Basically, AI companies buying up all the RAM. You've probably heard about it. It's been pretty big news, I think. Maybe just in the Spears, where I am. The eyes are still not even. This is like my nightmare. It's like my nightmare. But also at the same time, like, everyone runs 16 gigs of RAM nowadays. When you buy new hardware, like, if you've not upgraded your hardware, then you might still be running with 8 gigabytes of RAM, in which case, good luck, because everything kind of assumes that you're running on 32 gigs right now. And at the same time, everything assumes you're running on 32 gigs. And on top of that, you're running a 4 gigs, you're not running anything modern. We are so far off of that. We are so far past using 4 gigabytes of RAM. Like, you cannot open Chrome with that much. I do actually have a friend with a laptop with that amount. It is a MacBook Air 2020, which it's shockingly bad for, like, the price, because it was like over $1,000 for a model, over $1,000, and it can barely open a couple tabs. It's actually kind of dreadful. The price to quality ratio is, like, I'm shocked. It kind of feels like a scam that they're running. But I mean, like, I feel like I can say that, like, I feel like Apple's running a scam on how much their products cost, because that is insane. Because a lot of it you do pay for the brand, but at the same time, I feel like the biggest argument against that on the internet is, oh, but you have an iPhone. And it's like, yeah, I got it used from a local equivalent of Facebook Marketplace. Like, yeah, I have an iPhone. It was $100. Actually, this one was free. It was a hand-me-down. This was on the way to, I was going to Miku Expo 2024, just the last Miku Expo they had here. A friend bought me, his mom got us both tickets because it was about to be his birthday. And so he's like, oh my god, I can get a second ticket for a friend. Why don't I just give it to my good friend Victor, who absolutely loves Vocaloid? And he ended up giving me his ticket, and it's like, dude, that's, for me? Really? Like, that's expensive. You chose me out of everyone? And I was, like, so honored. We had such a great time. I'm still like, oh my god, that was so fun. But on the car ride home, his mom found out that I was running, the home button on my phone had broke. So she was like, hey, I have one, like, in a drawer, do you want it? And I'm like, I mean, if you're not using it, like, if you've already upgraded it, yeah, free phone, I'll take it. Plus it's like an upgrade to what I'm using. So I didn't pay a cent for this phone, and I'm very, very happy. Yeah, it is so sweet. I'm like, oh my god, like, not only do you buy me a ticket because it's your son's birthday and you don't just buy one for him, you buy one for me too, but then you're like, oh yeah, I have an old phone in the drawer, you need a phone? I got you. Here's, like, a free phone. You do not have to pay a cent. Like, I've already upgraded it. I'm not doing anything with it. Like, oh my god. Nowadays, I do feel a little bad because nowadays I do actually have reason to upgrade, which is a little sad, to be honest, because this one, I'm really happy with it, but at the same time, I mean, like, this would be, like, when I have the means to do so, if and when, because it would probably also be $100 nowadays because it's also very old. But an iPhone X, if I were to upgrade, I would get an iPhone X, and it would be, I might even use this phone as like my personal phone, and then I just use the iPhone X for VTubing. But like a used Facebook Marketplace, iPhone X is it's one of the goals I have, where it's like if I end up making it good and I make money off like ad revenue and things like that, I want to be able to buy this, and then I can rig my model with a bunch of things that I could not rig it with before, which I'm really happy about. I would be really happy about, because there's actually quite a few things where I am running this with my webcam, and it's running off of my graphics card tracking, and I can do tracking without the webcam. It's just not as good. And like I could, but there's also a lot of things that I couldn't do. Like I can sort of, let me just sort of make sure I'm directly facing this. Okay. I can kind of do like, I can move my eyebrows up and down, but if I furrow my brows, so you don't see that, it doesn't work with my tracking. It doesn't work. So when I was doing the sort of X and Y values, I actually removed that because it was a lot of work for something that did not work, because I was doing tests with it face on. And I was like, okay, like, is everything working? And I noticed there were a couple of things where it's like, this doesn't work. This isn't doing anything. So I ended up removing that. But someday I would actually love to be able to have those things. And it's like, it's really cool. It's really cool. It runs off the same stuff that Face ID does. Like, I only have Touch ID because I have an iPhone 8 Plus, right? I have Touch ID, but I do not have Face ID. My phone is too old for that. It did not exist at the time of the iPhone 8 Plus, so it doesn't contain the technology inside the phone. But honestly, there's a bunch of, sorry, I'm like catching my thoughts. I'm like, wait a second. I'm very prone to like completely forgetting what I was saying, and it's like, it's embarrassing. I'm trying to work on it. But there's a lot of things, like if I had that, I would be able to puff out my cheeks, I'd be able to stick my tongue out. Of course, like, all the parameters would work properly, because it would be, like, I would be able to run so much more. And it would be a lot of effort to rig, but, like, I would be able to have so much more expression than I am able to. Like, a lot of it is just, I didn't finish the rigging. And a lot of it is, I just didn't finish. I didn't finish. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get to it. I did not get to it. I'm notably really, really bad at getting to it. But I told myself I would. But a lot of it is like, I would have so much more expression with that. And it would pretty much be the cheapest way to gain a lot of expression too. So that's like a long-term goal. There's a lot of like long-term goals where it's like, this is pretty much just wishful thinking. But if I am ever able to, I would really, really like to see this happen. I'd really like to have this to improve things, to make it look better, to all that. It's all wishful thinking, but what else am I working so hard for, if not to be able to hopefully improve things someday, make things look better for you and for everyone. That's really like my number one goal. I mean, my number one goal is just honestly just show up. I think when I started switching my mindset over from oh god, like, you are disappointing everyone, like, you were not good at this. I had a couple of times where I just switched my mindsets to, okay, you know what? You have so much time to try to make things better. All you need to do is just show up. That's all you need to do. Is just show up. And if you show up and you get through it, then that's what matters. That's the goal. That's what it's all about. And I've been doing that, and it's been making me a lot better at it. I think it's contributed. I think a lot of it is also that, this is so weird, but I figured out that if you just take magnesium before the stream, you're able to do it better. It might just be I actually got better at it, and it's actually not playing a part. I don't know, I'm about to run out, so, like, I'll find out pretty soon if it is actually helping with that. But also, if it works for anxiety, it said that if it works for you, you have a deficiency. And it's like, you know, I'm just not gonna think about the implications of this. I'm not gonna think about the implications of this. But also, like, I'm super behind on my blood work. Honestly, like, I could have the everything disease and I wouldn't even know it. I wouldn't be surprised either. Sorry, that's a long time to be on that tangent. Okay. Why is the face so square? There's something wrong with this jawline. It's technically supposed to be a sketch, but I'm like really focused on, like, oh my god, I'm gonna make this really good. I'm gonna make this really good. I've got a Roblox ass head right now. That's not ideal. Yeah, let's hope not. Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping, but I mean, I definitely have vitamin deficiencies. It's just also like, it's like, what if I don't? What if I don't? Like, I could be taking this and it would probably help, but what if it doesn't? What if it doesn't? I have iron pills, and I don't have the sort of, like, you buy them from your local drugstore, and like, it's a little bit, it's 28 milligrams. I don't have those. You buy them from your drugstore over the counter. They are 28 milligrams. You know what? I have 300. So it's really like, you need to absolutely be sure that you are deficient before taking them. Otherwise, you can get iron poisoning. So it's like, I'm probably iron deficient, but if I'm not sure, I should not be taking these. And, like, iron poisoning's rare. I definitely probably would not get it, but if you're gonna get it from anything, supplementation is where you want to watch out for. And, like, I could just buy the 28 milligram ones, but that costs money. And I already have the really powerful ones if I do happen to be deficient. Yeah, this is, there's something wrong with this head. I cannot figure it out. I'm really trying, but at the end of the day, it's like, what is going on here? Why are you Roblox? Why are you Roblox? That's not how it's supposed to go. That's wrong. It can't be Roblox. Not in my household. Not my household, at least. Yeah, okay, that's a lot. That's fixing it somewhat. Hello. Welcome in, welcome back. Hello, welcome to the chat, hello, first time chatter as well. I'm just, I've been taking way too long for this. I'm trying to figure out, his Roblox ass head. Today was, not the best, but pretty good overall. I hope your day was good as well. I hope things have been good for you. First word of your title. Huh? Wait. What? Oh! I I forgot what I said my title as. Oh my god. Yeah. Shout out to you specifically. Hi catching. Hi catching. Today we are let's just go in intro mode because I think it's funny. Today we are catching up on our catching, as in catching my first time chatter. I love you. Sorry, that's like, that was really funny. But yeah, welcome in, welcome in. Oh my god, there are so many more people now. Hello, hello, hello. I told myself that I told myself I would do art for thumbnails, and then I didn't. And now I am doing art for thumbnails. Yeah, wait, what the fuck? Oh, that's pretty funny. Okay, chat, do y'all use Twitter? This is such a, like, because I don't use Twitter in my personal life. I accidentally ignored a bunch of DMs because I had no idea that there was like a message box where it showed you like potentially suspicious people, and also like it doesn't give me notifications for message requests, so I had no idea I had message requests. I'm like, oh my god, oh no. But I go to the potentially suspicious inbox, and it's a bunch of bots, and they're all named Sophie. And it's surprisingly meta. It's surprisingly meta too. Like, there's some of them where it's like, are you even reading these, or are you just leaving them in your inbox? And it's like, why are you all Sophie, and why are you coming at me like this? It was, I feel like I've talked about this before though, but this was like my first art stream, so I'm gonna say it again. Honestly, the bot, aren't they like hot bots? Hot depends on, it depends on what you think, really. Yeah, they are. I mean, I didn't check in the description, but given the profile picture, it has to be, right? Hot, really, it's really subjective. They might be to you. I can't decide for you. I feel like also there's so many of them that you can't get them all, you know? But I actually have an example with a name, because I'm actually remembering a point I made earlier where I forgot the name. I don't use Twitter personally for any personal use. I literally just use it for my VTuber account, and then I log off and I don't think about it ever again. And I, like, my only social media that I actually use in my personal life is Tumblr, and I'm so disappointed in the porn bots on Twitter. I'm so disappointed because those porn bots, like, a lot of the bots I was getting in my replies are just sort of like, oh yeah, like, we'll help you grow your stream and things like that. And it's like, okay, you're boring. Like, I get you're gonna get some people with this, and it's probably a better strategy, but there's nothing interesting about the bot. I'm not entertained. That's not even a thing I want to think about. Meanwhile, you go on Tumblr, and their usernames, like, they're random strings of words, but they're in a way where, like, Tumblr users actually make names like that. My biggest example of one I saw a couple months ago was, like, it was a post about sex workers, and someone in the replies was a porn bot named Sex Sophie, and everyone was like really hyping up, like, oh my god, Sophie, you're exactly who you're talking about, like, good job, Sophie, we're rooting for you, get that bag, you know, things like that. And it's like, you can't have that sort of fun interaction with Twitter bots. They're just kind of boring. Like, yeah, you have Sophie, but everyone's Sophie. You don't have things where it's like golden square pussy will be the names on Tumblr bots. They're just kind of randomly generated, and they're funny a lot of the time. They take good usernames for themselves. I don't know, it's such a silly thing to ramble about, but I'm like, why are you boring? Get some personality. Like, Twitter users need to make better bots. Y'all y'all cannot be scamming people like this. This sucks. I don't look forward to seeing it. Sophia is considered one of the most attractive names, so a lot of pages use it like that. That makes sense. Most of the accounts are based on India or other places like that. The Virgin Twitter bot versus the Chad Tumblr bot, yes, absolutely. Regarding the bots mostly being in India, I mean, yes, but also at the same time, gestures vaguely to the population. Like, most of everything's gonna be run in India. I know a lot of people are really racist about it, and like I'm not calling anyone out in particular, but a lot of people are about that specifically, and it's like of course there's gonna be the most scammers in India. There's the most people in India. That's just demographic wise, like that's just how it works. It just seems kind of silly to me. So like I fully believe it. Like, isn't the population like over 1 billion? Is that created? Yes, it is. It is. It feels a little silly using it in Windows, but it's what I use. So it's what I use regularly. So it's like, why would I go to learn another software when I was like, okay, I have like an hour before stream. Am I gonna download another software and try to learn it in an hour, or am I going to use what I use for all my art just in Windows? So yeah, it works. I also use Create. When I used it for the first time, it looked like the controls of an airplane. Interesting. I have no idea what that would even look like. I truly do not have an ability to confirm or deny, but damn, now I kind of want to look at airplane controls to see. I kind of want to see, like, is it actually let me just hold on. Airplane. Let me actually just I'm so curious now, actually. Damn, it kind of does. What the fuck? Oh my god. Wait. It kind of does. I feel like I would not be able to paste an image quick enough. Yeah, I can't image. I can't paste it. I have to save it. But I think it's a color scheme. There's a lot of options, custom and stuff. Honestly, I can believe it. I can believe it. I mean, there's a lot of different planes out there, right? So you're gonna need a different command sets for every sort of plane that you're using. So I can believe it. I used to have a friend that was super into Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I learned through her that flight simulator fans kind of go crazy because they try to make the planes as accurate as possible. You need a bunch of computer storage to get your very accurate planes. I think it's cool. I've never and it's supposedly a super realistic simulation. Do I use a drawing tablet? I do. I have the Huion H610 Pro V2. When I was buying a drawing tablet, I was just kind of like, I'm gonna get like the cheapest option I can that actually works. And apparently it was like, I think it was being discontinued at the time, so I got it on Amazon for super cheap with coupons. It was $50, and for a drawing tablet in Canadian dollars, new, that's really cheap. That's really good. And like, it works. I'm happy with it. It's not like I mean, like, honestly, I used to draw with a mouse before that. I ended up buying the drawing tablet because I wanted to draw more art, but drawing with a mouse was hellish, and I really wanted to do digital art. So when I thought, okay, if I'm gonna buy a drawing tablet and it's gonna make me want to draw art more, and it did. Like, the amount of art I was drawing at the time absolutely skyrocketed the moment I got that, because like, you do it with a mouse, like, honestly, props to anyone that can do it with a mouse. I have such admiration, but for me, there's such a barrier there, because to me, I think it sucks so much that it makes me not want to draw at all. So I just wasn't drawing. Does it have a screen? It does not. It's like, it's a cheap model. It's a really cheap model. It's literally just like the Surface of it. It is actually, what I'm doing is it's on my lap right now. I have the pen in my hand and I am looking at the screen as I draw. And I've done this enough that it's fairly easy to tell where I'm drawing. And if not, if I can't find the cursor, I can just kind of put down a little dot and then I can like reorient myself, because sometimes my brightness will be too low and I can't see it, or whatever it is. Once in a while you just miss the cursor and then you do a little dot and it's like, oh, okay, there it is, there it is. Do you have the brush wheel activated? I don't think I do. No, I don't. I actually haven't set this up like at all with anything. It's literally just basically the default driver settings. It should be in one of the pencil buttons. See, the buttons are not set up. Oh, wait a second. Wait, they are? The fuck? Wait, the fuck? Oh my god. Okay. It is not in one of the pre-adjusted pencil buttons unless it's in the soft keys, which I doubt it's gonna be in the soft keys. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. I do not have it on my tablet. No, I was actually kind of curious because I was like, oh wait, these buttons shouldn't work. It turns out that when you use the default settings, you do have the default the default things. Like I can change brush size. I can like. Oh my god! Wait. I'm sorry. You can really tell that I use like Linux drivers, because this to me is crazy. Thank you, Rax. I hope I can call you that. Let me know if like Helvin is better. Thank you, genuinely. Oh my god. If you press tab, you can see the full screen of Windows if you don't have enough space. Oh. Wait a second. Thank you. Oh my god. I have not played around with the settings because it's like, it works, right? It works. I use Windows. I don't know how it works in Linux. So, the drivers I use, you have to set up all the buttons manually. There's no default buttons. Like the default is there are no buttons. You have to set them all, and I haven't bothered. I had them set up before, and then I ended up reinstalling Linux, and I was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna bother. Like this works fine. Because I figured out a setup, it worked fine enough for me, and if it works fine enough for me, why not just, like, it works. I used Creative for like 1 or 2 years or so. If you need help and you have a Discord server or something, I can help you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I actually really appreciate it. I love this. I'm learning a lot. I was kind of thinking about like, oh yeah, like a lot of people make Discord servers. That would be a good idea. That would be fun. Like I should look into it, but I don't have one at the moment. I was sort of thinking like if there ever was demands, I would be fine with making one, and I would make one. But until then, it kind of felt redundant. I don't have one at the moment, but if there is demand, absolutely I can make one. No big deal. I have one kind of in the process. It's not very set up, but it's a little bit. I can definitely do that if you so desire for me to. Some people get Discord server templates for free, but I don't know too much about it. I'm not too concerned about templates, honestly. I mean, I've run personal Discord servers before in my childhood. I am fairly aware of the abilities. I was basically running like a stupid meme server for fun. It had probably like 60 people in its heyday. So like I know the basics. I know how to set it up and everything. I'm not too concerned about that. I have my own ways I would do it. I'm in a couple of other ones from like friends and things like that where if anything, I can just reference their templates. I'm fairly confident I could set it up fine. I heard you can take even a month or more to set stuff up. That is crazy to me. That feels like you are hardly putting any time in it and you're just kind of doing it whenever you get the joy and whimsy to do it. It does not take that long to set it up. I'm so sorry. To me, that's so stupid. I promise you it does not take that long to set things up. A minimum, like if you want to set it up really well, I don't know, like an hour to a couple hours and you finish with a bunch of things. If you were to set it up super, super detailed, like let's say you had 40 channels and you had different permissions for every single channel, that would still not take more than a couple days. I am actually kind of baffled at that hearsay, to be honest. I promise you it does not take that long. It does not. I mean, the big ones with commands, bots, etc. I've set up commands and bots and things like that. It does not take that long. Again, like, even if you're like super complicated about each bot, it's gonna take, like, worst case scenario, it's gonna take you what, a couple hours on each bot, and you're not gonna have that many bots. That's gonna take months. I'm just kind of baffled, to be honest. Like, what else are you doing with your time that it's taking you that long? But also, like, you know, I've also just used it mainly for just personal use for fun. So, I mean, like, maybe they added some super complicated things, but I would be a little surprised, to be honest. But yeah, in any case, if you so wish, I can get that set up, and then I'll have the link in a couple of streams at, not a couple of streams at most, I'll have the link on like Thursday if you really want me to. I can absolutely do that. I have no qualms with that. It was something I was going to do anyway. It's just mostly like, yeah, I'll do this anyway, but like I'll wait until someone asks about it, because enough people have it that someone's going to ask about it eventually, right? But yeah, straight up, like, I can do that for Thursday. No big deal. It'll make things a bit easier with, like, I know a lot of, like, the reason why so many creators have Discord servers is actually just to kind of shove their go live announcements. Like, it's partially community building, partially, oh yeah, this is where I can, like, ping people if I'm going live, you know, etc, etc. Like, it is useful, but it's only as useful as if you have people willing to join it. Then otherwise it's just something you're checking, where it's like, oh yeah, are there people, there aren't people, yeah, like, whatever. I don't know why I check this. I can also DM as long as you're not a minor, and if you are, I don't get really away from this topic about learning art so far. I promise you, I am an adult. I promise. I am in my, normally I would sort of do the little shtick of like, oh yeah, like, I'm a computer programmer, I'm 21, I don't age, but I'm gonna drop kayfabe for a bit. I'm in my early 20s. I'm an adult. I'm more concerned about, like, if people in the chat are young, like, I do kind of worry about things like that. I worry about, like, saying the wrong thing, but at the end of the day, it's also figuring that out and all that. But yeah, it's, if you want, it's the same name as here. I have the same username for everything, and especially since they took away the number tags, it's the same thing. But thank you, genuinely. I'm really happy about that. This is like, oh my god, like, it's gonna be so much better. It's gonna be so much better. Thank you. You're really sweet. I'm like, oh god, what was the I've forgotten the topic I was on about slightly before this, so I'm gonna let me mute my mic and have a little sip of my drink. That's like the biggest refresh I can get is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take a little sip. Yeah, cheers, cheers. I hope stay hydrated. It is important. I say that I do not take my own advice. I do not take my own advice, but that is. I'm drinking tea on stream. It's a liquid. It's a liquid. I had water earlier, like plain water, not just take my medication, but like an actual cup of water. I am considerably more hydrated than normal, which the bar is kind of on the floor, but you know, anything is better than nothing. Tea, you give me a lot of chill vibes. Ah, thank you. Yeah, honestly, I love tea. I love tea a lot. I think when I was 14, I wanted to try drinking tea because I thought it was cool. And my grandmother bought me a bunch of fruit teas, and like I don't, to this day I don't really like fruit teas, but I just kind of wanted to keep trying, so I just drank a ton of different teas till I found some I like. On stream, I usually drink a sort of mint tea. That's my normal, just because it's what I have. It's not caffeinated. I mean, this one is caffeinated, but the main thing is, like, you know, they always say that milk kind of makes your voice, like, it's not as good for your voice. So usually I like drinking milk tea. It's my favorite beverage, but I usually drink mint tea on stream just because, like, it's what I have. It's good. Right now I have peppermint black tea, just because I was kind of fixing for, I wanted a little bit of caffeine to get me the energy. I had been outside buying groceries this morning, and I just really wanted that little boost for stream. I usually have a lot more energy than that, but yeah, I guess today kind of is like a chill day. I was streaming Rule 34 dull for a little bit earlier, figured out like, okay, I feel like I need a lot more streamer XP to really get through it. I need to like grind through the lower levels, like what I'm better at, and then I can sort of try things like that later, because it's been I've been streaming for like a month, and I'm still learning how to do this well. And it's sort of like I try things and then it's like, oh yeah, I'm not as good as this as I thought I would be. That's okay. But I did want to stream a lot longer than it ended up being. Like, it was fun, but it was also like, it was only 30 minutes. So I'm like, you know what am I gonna do? I realized, oh shit, I have so much that I need to catch up on. And it's like, you know what, art stream, that's gonna be fun. And I already did what was on the schedule. I already did what I told myself I would do. So it's like, now I have a free pass, and I've no expectations. I have no worries about how well I do on stream. I already did what I told myself I would do for the day. I was, it's this, there was an online game called Rule 34 Duel, and it's like, you have two characters, and you guess which one has more Rule 34 arts of them. I don't remember where I saw it, but I saw that, and I'm like, that would be kind of fun to try. And I just kind of kept going until I got a streak of 10. At a streak of 10, I had a couple people who were there. Like, I had someone competing in the leaderboard, because they have Twitch integration now where you can just say 1 in the chat, and you can say 1 in the chat and it will like put you up on the leaderboard. It's pretty fun, but it's like also 30 minutes was enough. I don't know how people can do that for like hours and hours and hours without having like a very, very active chat to kind of bounce off of, to kind of take the pressure off of like, oh yeah, you're doing like the same sort of thing over and over again for 3 hours. As sus. I mean, listen. It's fun. And you don't have to look them up. You just gotta think about, the fun part to me is sort of thinking about what are the fan bases like, and that's a lot of what I was basing it off of, because a lot of it, there's some of it where it's like, okay, I've personally seen a lot of art of this character, like an unbelievable amount of art. I've seen so much. A lot of it is like that, but a lot of it is also like, okay, this character is a very attractive woman from League of Legends. Like, of course she's gonna have a ton of posts. Like, you know how League of Legends fans are? And anything where it's like, God, it's like Valorant, Overwatch, League of Legends, Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone Zero, Honkai Star Rail, honestly anything Hoyoverse, you can bet on it having Fate Grand Order. Fate Grand Order, like, there were a lot of characters that were surprisingly low on the list, but Fate Grand Order is also, like, there's usually a lot. And I was just kind of basing it on that. You can get pretty far if you just do that. They do it with one hand, I guess. I mean, honestly, I'm sure that at least some of the artists on there are definitely drawing with one hand. I am very certain of that. Not me though. When I draw, I have an eraser button, and I have an undo button on my tablet. Do I use them? No, I do not. I use Control Z and the E key on my keyboard, and so when I do that, it's a two-handed affair. It is a two-handed affair. Both hands are on the keyboard at all times. I will literally, if this ever gets contested in any way, I will literally do a hand cam art stream to prove my way of drawing. Not that that will be needed, but if it is ever needed, I can and I will prove that I keep two hands on the keyboard at all times. A lot of people probably don't though, and honestly, like, good for them. Like when you're drawing, you gotta make the art that you love. And if what you love is, I don't know, Mordred Fate Grand Order fetish art, go for it. If that's what you like, go for it. You can draw with one hand. That's okay. I'm not judging. If anything, it's like, damn, like, most people are just kind of like, ah, yeah, like, I'm having fun. You're having more fun than the average person has. We'll just say that. having a little extra fun while drawing. And you know what? If you're having fun, sorry. But it was fun, but it's like, oh yeah, like, I'm just gonna take this chance, have a little break, and then I'm gonna come back to do some art. So that's how it's been going. Okay, I have like the sort of base down. There's gonna be like the armbands and all that, but that can be fixed later. Now for the part. Let me see how that shows up when I... Okay, that shows up fine. Okay, thank God. I have that. I'm thinking, like, maybe I could try a background with this one. That's a little ambitious. You're struggling in this topic, rule of yourself one. I wish. Okay, I cannot be an erotic fan artist because I have... Like, I can, but I would not be good at it because I am very, very... I don't have a great grasp of anatomy. I'm still learning, but I'm gonna be real with you. That's kind of the goal. I may have posted to E621 on other accounts, but but that is another thing. I was just kind of like, fuck it. Let me try this out. And then I did. And it was very fun. I did draw with both hands on the keyboard as well. But, I mean, I absolutely could. Not on Twitch, but I could. Never been in Rule 34. I see. Sometimes it's crazy. You see really weird on... See, I have. I've also seen a lot of deviant arts, art pieces. Like, I've seen all that. I've seen, like... I've seen everything from the most beautiful pieces you've ever seen to, like, I don't know, Sonic Inflation, Kirby feet, whatever. I've seen a lot. There's a big difference between what other people think, like, oh yeah, like, I'm gonna post this, and, like, I want to be able to show others, I want to be proud of it, and if... I feel like my standards are probably too high. I set my standards a little bit too high for what I am willing to show people. But you make a good point. Respectfully joke, please say that is a... Honestly, no, you're right. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're right. There is no harm taken. Absolutely. I mean, like, literally, a lot of my desire to get good at drawing does actually come from, like, oh yeah, I wanna draw lewd art. I think that would be really, really fun. But thinking about it, yeah, you know what, you're right. I can absolutely just... There's no reason for me not to, actually, other than, like, time constraints. You know what, you've inspired me. Rex, you've inspired me a lot. I think I will. I will put it on my list of art that I need to do. And I will put fan service art and potentially more than that. We'll see how the fan service art goes. I actually, oh my god, I was thinking about, like, because my reference sheet is fully clothed, and that is because I did not have a reason to do anything underneath, right? However, I've actually been considering, like, shirtless fan arts. Everything I draw you look like a femboy. I mean, you're not wrong. Like, model matches the voice. If, like, the face matches the voice, and that's all I could want in this world. Like, the inspiration, a lot of it is also, like, my artistic ability is not exactly where I want it to be. I'm still doing a lot of improvements. It's a lot better now. Like, this... Like, a couple months ago, I could not have drawn the face as good as this. I'm very, very happy about this. But at the same time, my inspiration was actually Otome games, because I absolutely love them. I grew up with them. I know technically the target audience is women, but that does not matter. You can play whatever you want, and if you like pretty men, you can play Otome games. I love Otome games. And so that is my sort of biggest inspiration for how I design characters, because, like, I love pretty men. I love pretty men so much. It's just with my art style, it turns out a little more cute than pretty, but you see how it's interpreted, and then you roll with it. Also, your body sheet doesn't have the stars on the sides. Does it not? Wait, does it not? Actually, I'm gonna have to check it afterwards. If it does not, holy shit. That's... I can fix that, I can re-upload. Oh no. I'm gonna be honest, I always forget something when I'm drawing. I've literally forgotten the hair before, and I've been like, why does this look off? I don't understand what the issue is. And it was the hair, every single time. This, I'm just trying to do headphones, trying to figure out how that works. Not very good, but I've never drawn headphones before. But I might not do over the ear. Yeah, no, I'm gonna do earbuds. It's not what I use, but it looks better. It looks better. The one on March 27th didn't have the stars. I noticed afterwards. Oh god, March. That has to be. Oh, that's probably my actual reference sheet. Wait, it might 27th. I already debuted at that point. I'm gonna check after the stream on what you meant to see. If it's just like a regular piece of art, there's a very, very big chance that, like, yeah, I legitimately forgot. Like, if it's like my icon or it's like, oh, I drew this for like ASMR or something, there's a very big chance I legitimately just forgot. I am the number one, like, this is not accurate to my design. But also, oh, oops, wrong layer. That's okay. I'm just gonna merge that. There we go. There we go. But also, at the same time, I'm not consistent, but as well, in my head, there's specific things that are necessary, and there are specific things where it's like, this is a good to have. Actually, when it was the About You lore and stuff, that was my reference sheet. I will be looking at that after the stream. I'm worried now. I'm actually worried now. Oops. Oops. Or it might have been added afterwards. It might have been, actually. It could have been. I'm thinking of, like, the timeline, and I'm gonna be honest, I was in the fucking mines. I was so depressed. I was so depressed. But I was desperately trying to get myself to work to actually finish everything, but I was like, I was not doing good. So everything feels like a blur. So absolutely, I could have drawn it afterwards and then completely forgotten. Depressed, why? That's why I'm streaming. Life didn't go too well, and I'm like, fuck it. You know what? I'm gonna follow my dreams. I'm gonna become a VTuber. I don't care. I had a very stressful job. We can just say that. I had a very stressful job, and I may have autism, but I don't know. That's a great question. I kind of ghosted my assessment. You can't see, I don't have hand tracking, but I'm doing like peace signs. See that in your mind's eye. But I've been a lot better. I've been a lot better since starting streaming. So it's all good. It's all good. Things are getting better. Thank you for the concern though. It means a lot. By the way, you did your model on the trial of Live 2D? Yes, I did. Technically, I did it on 2 trials. But that's not what you're supposed to do. But yeah, I did. Because I actually tried when the first trial ran out, I actually tried doing it. Because like I could have done it in 1 trial, but my ass was horribly depressed. That was the real reason it was not getting done. I can put as many excuses as I want. That was the reason it was not. But I had the trial, and then I tried putting it on just the free version, and it didn't work. It's very much the texture atlas is the problem, because I have so many layers that it doesn't fit on a texture atlas small enough in order to like to actually show everything. So it gives weird texture issues. I can't do it. Maybe if I had a simpler model and less moving parts, but where's the fun in that? This is already not the most complicated model in the world. Like, you want it to be simpler? It's not happening. It's not happening. Unless I did like a chibi model, but like then I have to go in the live 2D mines again, and that's not something I'm doing anytime soon. I mean, like I do have a lot of things I need to fix on this model, so like maybe soon. I was at the beginning of the stream I was talking about I might, depending on if the free trial is actually still working, depending on whether or not it's still working, I may or may not be able to do a rigging stream so I can have like better mouth tracking and all of that. But it was just an idea, and I don't even know if the free trial is still working. I just did it in a month, a little bit over a month, and it was not consistent. But yeah, I heard it took like 6 months to do them. I think that's based on the complexity of it. Not only is this rigging slightly unfinished, because like I can go up and down, I can go left to right, I cannot turn my head to the side. I ran out of time because my ass procrastinated before I started streaming, and then I ran out of time. But And the mouth tracking is like there's more I had to do with that I did not get done. Otherwise, it's all good, but those two things, I need to go back to fix it. I heard I had a non-legal version of live VOD just to make emotes, and I only did 2. So I don't have the program. It was so hard. God, the live 2D mines was absolutely like at the end before I started streaming, like it's like, oh god, I'm about to have debut. Oh god, oh fuck, oh my god, and I was like rushing. I was spending 5-hour days at the library. It was kind of hellish. That's probably why I'm so tired of live 2D, because that's not fun. Do not do it. Stretch it out a little bit. But it was not the most enjoyable thing to do. Like, it was fun, and then it got very not fun very, very quickly. Maybe you will like PNG Tuber Remix. I've never heard about that. It is easier, yes, but at the same time, I mean, like, I already put the work into... I did finish an entire model at the end of the day. And that's a lot. Like technically, like, yeah, there are things still to be done, but I basically finished an entire model, start to finish. So, like, I'm proud of that. And at this, like, why would I switch to PNG tubing if I have this is the sort of thing? My only thought is, like, I would if I had the extra time, and it was like, I very specifically wanted to do something different. Like, I wanted a second model, like a chibi model. I did consider for a little bit having a Persona PNG tuber on, like, a bucket list of, like, oh yeah, you know, it would be really, really cool. So, like, I would like to look into it, but it's definitely not replacing this model. If, like, I'm not gonna say if, because eventually I do want something better than this. Even if I'm on this model for a long time and I get my use out of it, I do want something better than this. When it does get replaced, it will still be a VTuber model, because, like, that's my goal. That's what I really, really wanted. Understood. It was just in case for a future. Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, I've considered PNG tubing, but it was very much for, it was for smaller applications, if that makes sense. Like, again, like, I can have extra outfits and things like that. That's, like, extra outfits. That's something I thought would be fun. I can have extra outfits. I can have a chibi model. I can have a Persona model. If for whatever reason I'm having, like, I have a reason to have a different model than this, I can just PNG tube and try that out. But everyone has different reasons for... I mean, like, the reason why I was VTubing, I'm gonna be completely honest, so the story that I have never told in full of why VTube, why VTube? Not like anyone asked, but I'm gonna say it anyway. When I was in high school, my best friend, my childhood best friend, we're still besties, love her to death. She actually, she has been complaining, actually, because, God, look, there's a tap button. I'm blind as a bat. She's actually complaining because, oh my god, I got fan art on Twitter, and I've been like, oh my god, holy fuck, holy shit, this is so good, and I told her that, and she was complaining, like, oh, I'm not the first one, like, you did it first, like, you have a sketch done, technically, but also, you didn't do it first. Like, I have fan art from friends from 2024, you can't be first. It's impossible. And she's been kind of pouting in my DMs about, like, dude, I wanted to be first. Like, you were not going to be. It's fine. But that's irrelevant. Sorry. Zab, I'm gonna need to break out of. But so she got really into VTubers, and then she got me really into VTubers, and I was thinking, like, oh my god, I want to do that. I really want to do that. My ass was 18 years old, seriously considering applying to Niji Sanji. I think a lot of it was just like I wanted a sort of escape from my everyday life, and I was sort of thinking like, you know, it is like it would be fun. It would essentially be escapism. I mean, like this kind of is as well, but I really wanted to. I wanted to put it in the application. My ass never ended up doing it. Not like I would win the audition. I wouldn't have. There wouldn't have been a fucking chance. But I was like, you know what? I want to at least put it in. Anyway, so I started being a fan of the corpos, and then I just kind of found new people whenever Niji Sanji did new waves, and that's how I got into VTubers. No, don't apologize. Don't apologize. This is my own story. My secret backstory. You see, I can have all the lore videos that I want, but at the end of the day, nothing will beat the backstory that I did not craft for myself. The backstory that just kind of happens. But I mean, it got me into VTubers. Is this how I'm thinking, like the sort of like blue Yeti type of microphone? That's not what I have. I have I mean, not like saying the exact model will happen, but for posterity, it is a Samson Q2U. It does not look like this at all, but at the same time, it doesn't look like this. But it is also, this blue Yeti type of mic looks better on drawing, so that's kind of what I want to. I mean, the microphone I was using for that recording wasn't even. Anyway, it's not like the viewers are gonna go home to check on your mic. I mean, yeah, but like, I mean, I don't want to lie. I would feel so bad about that, right? Like, I mean, a lot of it is just like, it's not a big deal. Not like anyone's gonna care, but at the same time, it's sort of like, it doesn't matter to other people, but it matters to me. It's a sort of thing of like, yeah, you can just lie about your setup however much you want, and no one will ever find out. But will I be able to go to bed not worried about that? And it's such a small thing, but like, guilt is not always rational. It would be, I would say, let me take a drink. Holy shit. Sorry. Sip time, sippy, take, stay hydrated, y'all. My throat has decided out of nowhere that it hates me. So I have taken a sip, and if needed, I can mute to take another sip. That is indeed how it works. But I would say like, wait, it would actually be kind of funny if someone just kind of came and showed up. But you know what? Like, I post my VODs. I don't even want to be saying that just in case. Like, it's such a non-issue, but it's like, what if someone takes it seriously, like 7 months down the line? I'm always getting worried about things that do not matter, but that's my own curse to bear, I think. I kind of like to think of it as like, I was born too powerful, so I had to be nerfed. And this was one way that I got nerfed. Sad face. What can you do? Okay, wait. One thing as well. This is totally unrelated, but when I was kind of trying to set up my tracking, one thing that also was not working on webcam tracking is like frowning. The frowning thing was not working. I don't know if it is a limitation of just webcam tracking or if I just don't know how to frown. And it could be either or, because I genuinely have no idea if I know how to frown right. It's always been like, yeah, smiling, like you do the little like, and it works, and it works. That was a weird noise. And it works. But like frowning is like everything seems fairly neutral at worst. It seems kind of neutral. It doesn't really seem like you're frowning. It is just kind of an enigma, but I mean, hey, facial features, always a struggle, huh? But that's sort of something that was kind of like, oh no, that's kind of worrying. That's not good. But it also could legitimately just be like webcam tracking. Eventually, I would like, if I had the opportunity, I would absolutely get the upgrade and get Face ID, because the technology is so old at this point. The iPhone X released so long ago at this point that is definitely going to be in the category of, oh, you go in Facebook Marketplace and it is $100 at most. And that makes it a very cheap upgrade to have. So it is a very like a reasonable goal to have. And like, yeah, then I would have to do a bunch more rigging for all the new things that would now work. But then I can kind of have a 2.0. I say as if this isn't Victor 3.0. This is actually my third model attempt. I had two over the years that I proceeded to start over from scratch. And I was like, fuck it, okay. You know what? I'm not doing that. I'm gonna start over. And then I did that 2 more times until I actually started rigging. But in my defense, the previous one was partially rigged on Enochi 2D, and at the time, I don't know if it's different nowadays. At the time, Enochi 2D was actually kind of hellish to learn. Live 2D is, I know it's paid, but it's so much more simple to learn. And it's kind of like, yeah, if I can get it on the trial, that's kind of what matters. If anything, I was kind of thinking live USB, put on the trial. It's not going to be able to detect my computer and see that it's the same computer in theory. If you really want to be sneaky and it somehow detects a library computer with a live USB with, I mean, you can't use a live USB on the library computer, but you can actually, it depends if you need administrator privileges to download Live 2D, which is a great question, and I don't remember, despite downloading it, God, at least 3 times by now. I don't remember. It might be, it might not be. It's a great thing to wonder. It's not... Okay, sorry, I was like... There we go, okay. This mic... Yeah, I think that looks fine. I think that looks fine. And then I can just kind of... Yeah. I kind of want to change the mouth, actually. Sketch is almost done. It has been taking me so long for this one, but that's okay. I mean, I'm having fun, and it's getting done, and it's actually turning out really, really well. And, like, this is gonna be so much easier to clean up. Because I don't have to do the liner, because the sketch is clean enough that I can just spend like an hour of my own time cleaning up the sketch. That mouth is now too high. This was not a great feature for this reason, but it can be great. It has a lot of potential. There we go. Potential unlocked. I'm realizing, like, oh wait, the proportions. Wait. I'm gonna take my square. I'm gonna take the square tool, and I'm gonna... It has a name, but square tool is funny to me, and that's what matters. Okay, I think that's... Whoa, I'm really happy with this. Do I want to try... I'm thinking, I could try for a background, but it's like am I good at drawing a background? Technically, a background would not be that... Oh my god, I'm having ideas. I'm having, like, inspiration come to me. I'm thinking of the background, like, soundproofing booth because this is essentially for, I'm sort of thinking of like, I've been thinking of what to title the video. I'm still editing the audio, but I was thinking like, I would feel bad if it was too clickbaity, but at the same time, like, you gotta, if it works, if that's what you gotta do, then that's what you gotta do. I was literally thinking of just referencing the fact of like, oh yeah, it's not clickbaity if it's true, technically. I was thinking something like, oh, I visited a professional sound booth, because I actually did. And then the background can sort of just be, it would be sort of like the little like sound booth walls, but like everywhere in the background. That's what I'm thinking, but that is for much later, which is not now. But I think that could really, really work out. I'm really excited for that now that I'm thinking about that. I think that could be good, and it's a fairly simple background. I'm so content with the possibilities of everything. Okay, I'm sort of thinking, what is the hair color? At this point, I swear to God, I should probably just have the colors available so I don't have to like desperately attempt to mix it every time. And there is a colored light on my face right now. I was doing a bright white light in my face for a while because the lighting in my place is very bad. So I've been sort of needing external help via a light, and for a while it was white, and then I realized it was contributing to being exhausted at the end of my streams. So it's not supposed to be great for you, but it's not supposed to be great for your sleep, which might be why it's working. There's now a blue light on my face. It illuminates it just as well as a white light, but I don't get as tired. It gives me less difficulties of like, oh no, a light in my face for 2 hours. I am so sleepy. I'm so exhausted. This is draining. I feel like shit after my streams. And like, I feel fine now. Just changing the color. So, but I do worry that it messes with my ability to sort of tell what the correct colors are. But, I mean, if it works, and plus I always go back, I go back into Linux and I sort of grab the file off of my Windows drive, and I take my reference sheet and I sort of switch all the colors around. So this is temporary. It is definitely the reason why I will pause something and be like, okay, I'll be back next week on next week's art stream, which is not this one. This is like a little bonus stream, technically. My little bonus art stream. But I usually go like, oh yeah, I'll fix this up, and then I'll be back for next week. I'll fix it up a bit. The colors are all different. It is because I've referenced my reference sheet, and I've definitely color picked that. Because it works. I'm not great at picking colors and determining what color works. And also, like, color theory is a bitch. I ended up coloring... There's one art piece that I was trying for just the blue sketch layer. I was like, what if I didn't change the color of the sketch layer? What if I just kept it blue? How's that gonna look? And it was absolutely, like, I thought it was really, really cool. And it's not something I would do every time, but it was a very unique thing of, this is so small, but it adds a lot of visual interest to my art, so I'm gonna do it for this art piece. And then a lot of the colors looked all wrong. I'm like, hold on, maybe this is color theory. So I go to change the sketch layer to black. It's color theory. The moment I change it, all the colors are absolutely correct. It is literally just... My issue was only... My issue was essentially, like, the color layer. Like, the line art was making color theory all icky, weird. But it worked, so... You know, it worked. I mean, like, the fact that this color combination is like, oh, this looks so nice to me, it's probably a sign that it is not the correct color. I'm actually looking at my screen now, that is not the correct color. But it's so pretty. It's so I'm gonna keep this, because I adjust the colors after anyway. This combination is like chef's kiss. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. It kind of makes me want to experiment with a sort of more muted color palette. Um, I really, really, really want to experiment, see how it looks, and like this sort of like pure white and the blues. I think that could look really, really, really cool. How's it gonna look cool? That's for me to figure out, but that's definitely, I'm thinking in my head that is definitely something I want to experiment with. Maybe for this one, probably not, but experimentation is like the heart and soul of learning. You keep doing things, and it's either like, oh, that was shit, I'm not gonna do that again, or it's like, wow, this was so wonderful, I'm gonna do this every time now, or it's like, okay, that was cool. I'm a person with free will. I have the option on whether or not to do this. And I mean, you always have the option, but sometimes it's like, oh, it's so cool, I'm gonna use this for like all my art, and you just keep doing it until you find something better. Like, I feel like shading and like highlighting hair, I just kind of looked at a picture, I kind of tried copying it a little bit. I had a reference, and I was like, wait a minute, this is actually the most beautiful shading I've ever done in my life, ever. Wow. And so I just kept doing it. Because if it works, you keep doing it. I'm so hopeful that it's like, okay. I think switching from like tab mode to no longer tab mode is a little fucky on stream, but I'm hoping, I mean, I'll check in the VOD and see how that looks. I think, actually, I kind of want to do slightly off colors. I want to see how it's gonna look for experimentation, for the love of things. Because this blue is like, I love it. I love the color. And I'm normally pretty consistent with the colors that I do for it because it's all the same color. It's all color picked. I don't remember why I chose the exact shades I did. Everything is, oh, that's too dark. It looked so good until I kept doing it. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. That's not right. That is better. That's fine. Okay. That color is fine. There we go. There we go. There we go. But like, I've never really messed around with the colors. I was like, okay, here's this piece of art from over a year ago. It has colors, it's fully drawn, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna color pick the exact colors, and those are gonna be my colors from now on. I changed the sweater color because I was looking at it and I'm like, these colors are too close to each other. That's not good. So I changed the sweater color, and it worked. It looked good. It made it look so much better. The sweater color is sort of inspired by jeans, but not really. Because jeans are, I can't touch jeans. I can't touch them. It makes me cry. Last time I tried wearing jeans, I was like 14 and I cried in the changing room. Because like the texture is like, I can't do it. I can't do it. And then 4 years later, I found out, oh, I can't handle dry textures. I use so much hand cream. I go through so much hand cream. Just trying to like moisturize my hands enough to make it tolerable enough to touch items in my day-to-day life. But it's also getting to be close to summer. Like, it's spring, soon it will be summer. And it is a lot easier to touch things, which is great, because I kind of ran out of hand cream. It's getting a lot easier, and it will get easier in the summer. Everything will get harder, but touching things will be easier, and so I won't, like, fold my laundry, and it's like, I have to take a very long break from my laundry because I touched something icky, caught with dry hands, and now I just can't do it anymore. Now it's like, I'm done. I'm done. There's no more. Everything is wrong. You know, it's not like that. It's not like that. Okay, let's see. I really think this color palette is gonna turn out really nice. I kind of don't want to part of me wants to see what it looks like when I do not have a light in my face. I kind of want to wait a little bit, see how it is, but part of me as well is like, this is really nice. I kind of want to keep it how it is. I kind of want to adjust the colors to be, like, to look nice. I can have fun with it. I mean, if I'm having fun, that's what matters. That's what matters. You gotta have fun in everything you gotta do. You gotta find a way to make it fun. First time I ever went to a drive-thru, I was like 19. My family doesn't drive, so the only car exposure I had was like taxis when I was a kid once in a long while. So I was in, my coworker was like, hey man, you wanna go to the States? And I'm like, what the fuck? I don't have a passport. And like, this was also, we got off work at midnight. And like it was stupid, but like also I was 18, I didn't really care. I was like 18, 19, I didn't really care. So I'm like, if I didn't have a passport, I was 18. But I didn't really care. I was like, okay. Like, I would love to. I would say yes if I had a passport. And he's like, okay. You want to, like, go to the border anyway? So, after midnight, 18 years old, living with my parents, I'm in my coworker's car as he's just driving to the border. And we literally just drove there, spent like 5 minutes there, and then drove back. And it was a blast. But we stop off at the drive-thru, and I'm like, oh my god, I've never been to a drive-thru. It is the most exciting thing to me. And to this day, I'm like, oh my god, drive-thru. That's so cool, because like, I don't drive either. I don't have a license. So the drive-thru is like, whoa, drive-thru. I have heard recently that drive-in movies exist where you can like watch a movie in your car, and people tell me it fucking sucks. But, however, I would like to go to a drive-in movie someday, just to go, right? And it's sort of like, if it sucks, you don't have to go again. You only need to do it once. And then never again do you have to go to this drive-in theater. But I really want to. I think that would be an absolute blast. But, and like, yeah, it could suck, but, you know, you never have to go again if it sucks. Yeah, this is not the right color. Oops. Is this the right color? We will find out real quick. Yeah, it's close enough. Good enough. That looks kind of greenish on my ends, but definitely we've established the colors I'm seeing are not necessarily going to be the most accurate depictions of what the colors actually are. And that's okay. As long as it looks good right now, I can fix it later. A little tool called I switch it up, and then it lets me just deposit only that color on that layer. It's amazing. Wonderful. I love modern technology. I think, god, it's been 2 hours. I was streaming for 30 minutes before. This is very much in the reign of, for me, longer than I've been doing before. Definitely, 100% for sure. So I think definitely I'm gonna, because I post it afterwards, like how it looks, so I kind of want to erase some of the sketch layers so it at least looks good. And then I think I'm calling it a night. Technically I had 2 different streams about 2 different topics, and this is definitely the time of night where it's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely getting tired, but I mean, I'm getting better at it as time goes on. So much better. So hopefully, you know, in a couple weeks, it'll be the 2-hour mark, and I will not be like, oh, I've run out of things to say. because previously I had like maybe an hour, and then it's like I can breeze through, but like I noticed that my talking does not get as good. So I'm fairly content with this. It's a lot of improvement for me. Like, again, it hasn't been that long. We are just reaching 1 month, which I'm like, oh my god, that's so hype. That's so like, I did it. I improved so much in the month. I've been ecstatic recently about that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. This, I think it's colored enough. I think for today, this is the end. Thank you so much for coming. I will be back for the regular emote streams on Thursday at 6 p.m. EDT. For reference, it is 9 p.m. EDT. On Saturday, I will be back again for more Volcano Princess. Thank you so much for coming. I'm gonna head out now. I would raid, but I look at the viewer count before I raid to sort of figure it out. I'm not gonna raid today. Thank you for coming. I hope to see you next time. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.